I look like when I'm not wearing makeup. Just kidding, this is Crafting with a Cocktail, and today I just wanted to come on real quick to show you guys some really fun Valentine's Day gift basket ideas that you could make with items you can find year-round, other than, of course, like the heart buckets, but like all the insides. Or make them for yourself. You're gonna love them. Anyways, we're not having a cocktail because today is quick, so we're gonna take a little shot in our Space Jam shot glass. We're drinking vodka today because that's what we have on hand, so cheers! Like and subscribe, friends. Like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Alright guys, this is the perfect basket for the dudes in your life, your son, your husband. For me, it's my boyfriend, your dad, whoever. And I'm taking this little bucket I got at Walmart. It came with a top that had a slit in it for like Valentine's Day cards, but I needed a wide bucket for this particular basket. So I am just putting one layer of a neutral colored tissue paper in the bottom before I start adding in all my goods. So I don't know about the dudes in your life, but I know that my boyfriend is a sucker for all things like beef jerky. So that's the type of snacks I'm adding here. I've got trail mix, sausage sticks, his favorite brand of beef jerky, which is Old Trapper, some sriracha almonds, and I think I'm adding some hot pickles as well, which is probably why I disappeared. Guys, ignore the mess. Anyways, stack it all in there. The good thing about this is because it's last minute, you can find these items available year round. So you don't have to stress out trying to look in the Valentine's Day section of everything that's sold out, because these are, again, just snacks that your partner or dad or whoever enjoys. I honestly love this idea. It was inspired by beef jerky roses that I had heard of last year, but I did this instead. So our second one, switching real quick into it, is a Ferrero Rocher rose bouquet. Whoa, I didn't expect that to rhyme. I'm taking one of my floral picks from Dollar Tree that was running low on roses, so I just plucked off the extra ones and I'll save them for later. And then I'm going to tear apart this cute little Ferrero Rocher box. I know it feels so wrong to tear it apart, but it'll look cute in the end. I will be honest with you guys, this one gave me a harder time than I expected. So, you know, take your time with it and experiment if you think you have a better method of doing this, but I struggled. So I start by just trying to take a tiny dab of hot glue and putting the chocolate at the bottom, but obviously it's way too top heavy. So then I take these napkins that my aunt sent me in a package from Dollar Tree, and I try like wrapping the flower first and then gluing it all together, and that didn't work either. So you'll see that here. Here I am trying to be like, oh, well, what if I just wrap it and then glue it on? Well, of course, when I do this, the paper sticks, but the truffle is not glued to anything, so it doesn't really make sense. Again, if you can figure out a way to do this, go ahead and let me know. I did think about just like stabbing into the chocolate, but unless you like, you know, I live with my partner and he wouldn't care, but if you're giving this to someone, that might be kind of weird, so yeah. Anyways, I finally came up with a method that works. So I'm using some of that napkin, and I'm just crumpling it up and wrapping it around the end of the stem, just so it has a little bit of a firmer and wider base for the truffle to sit on. So again, I'm just putting some hot glue onto the stem, wrapping some tissue paper or napkin around it over and over again until I've got them all done. So that's what you see me doing here. I also recommend, it gets kind of hard when the pick is all bunched up, so I recommend separating them. Like you can see here, I've got all of my stems super separated so that they're not bumping into each other. And then when you've got all of those wrapped, you can finally start putting your chocolates on. I used just the tiniest dab of hot glue, and then I blew on it or waited a second just so that it wouldn't be melting the chocolate. We haven't really eaten them yet, so I'm not sure if it melted much, but just try to use the minimal amount possible so that you're not melting the chocolate inside, because that wouldn't be too fun either. So all I'm doing is continuing to glue the rest of my truffles onto my ends, and then I just kind of let it lay there. I didn't want to hold it up too much in case they fell off, but it did hold its weight for at least a little bit, which was nice. Now I'm splitting those napkins into 4 sections, so I open it up and then just split it into 4. Just be careful not to like rip in the middle of it, and I'm just wrapping these around my truffle and around that like base that we made with the other pieces of the napkin. I chose the napkin because it had pinks and hearts in it, so I thought it was kind of cute and Valentine's-y, and it still gives somewhat of a rosy effect. So, of course, these aren't perfect, but you get the idea that they look kind of like flowers and that there's a delicious chocolate waiting in the middle of it. I found that the best method is to go from like one corner to the other as opposed to rolling it up, starting on a rectangular edge and going to the other one. It didn't seem like it was enough material doing it that way. So I do recommend going to corner to corner. It does take a little bit of practice. I think the more I did, the better I got, and even then it was kind of tricky. So do what works for you. And if this is too little of material for you, go ahead and use tissue paper or something else that you think would work better. But just make sure you hot glue as you go. So I always hot glue when I first lay down the paper, and then towards the end when I'm really wrapping it nice and tight so that it wraps around the stem nicely. So there is essentially what my bouquet looks like. Then, I thought I was going to use floral foam, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is way too tall, so I ended up just kind of throwing it in there without it. And then to decorate, I used some flowers. So to fill the bottom a little bit, I do add a plastic bag just so it helps it stay, a little bit more centered instead of just flopping all over the place. And then to cover up that, I just threw in a few different little rosebuds that I had from leftover picks, as well as a cute little heart ring that my aunt had also sent me in a package. I actually really love these little bling rings. I think they're really cute, but you guys know me, I love color, I love shiny stuff. So you could use anything to decorate it. It would look cute with jute too, but I decided to add this little ring. Oh yeah, my rose fell apart. That was bizarre. Anyways, when you put that back together, all you have to do really is put some glue on the back of that little ring, glue it to the front of your container, and you're done. And you have this cute little bouquet that is ready to give to someone. And this one's really, this could be for anybody as long as they're not like allergic or hate chocolate. This could be for anyone. It's super quick and super easy. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I hope that you liked these quick and easy last-minute Valentine's Day gift ideas. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.